sister split apart now and ever. Only if you could see the joy in the world is forever. But I wish it was true. I wish it was true. I wish there was peace. I wish you and me could live happily. I pray my grandfather gets well, bless his heart.
Mission complete.
'Cause only heaven knows is the biggest star. And if you ever see me in a fancy car, just know my people's
It's so cold here.
y'all.
Unbelievable.
Mama and Dad will always be together. Brother and sister split apart, no, never. Only if you could see the joy in the world is forever.
Comment, like, subscribe. Comment, like,
But I wish
subscribe.
it was true. I wish it was true. I wish there was peace. I wish you and me could live happily.
Wow.
Can't you see here that we're all for one and one for all? And brother, when you need me, I'm always the one to call. So amazing to see love and peace in the world. But I wish it was true. I wish it was true. I wish there was peace. I wish you and me could live happily.
Spicy. Thank you for liking the live. Hello, hello. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
With no such things as tears or misery.
Thank you, thank you.
The children never ever seem to cry. And there's only love and peace between you and I. Mama and dad will always be together. Brother and sister split apart, no, never. Only if you could see the joy in the world is forever. But I wish it was true. I wish it was true. I wish there was peace. I wish you and me could live happily. I pray my grandfather gets well, bless his heart. 'Cause only heaven knows is the biggest star. And if you ever see me in a fancy car, just know my people's fault ain't forget y'all. Mama and dad will always be together. Brother and sister split apart, no, never. Only if you could see the joy in the world is forever. But I wish it was true. I wish it was true. I wish there was peace. I wish you and me could live happily. Can't you see it? That we're all for one and one for all. And brother, when you need me, I'm always the one to call. So amazing to see love and peace in the world. But I wish it was true. I wish it was true. I wish there was peace. I wish you and me could live happily. I wish it was true. I wish it was true.
Never at zero. Gratitude.
I wish you and me
Shout out to the trolls that sucked me off. Worship the ground that the black man works on. The black man is Jesus. If you don't know no better, ask my trolls. Ask my trolls. Who is their God? Who is your God?
Close your eyes. Can't you see?
Never at zero.
I'm right here exactly where you want me to be.
Never at zero.
Listen close. Can't you hear it? Our hearts hit the
Never at zero.
like bones so perfectly. Oh, I know you like that. You push and try to fight that. Oh, you try to leave, girl. You think you slick.
This is live too.
Right back. Please stop playing with me. This is what you want. Remember, you pulled me to the side, said you always been sober. You just want to have that fire. And I'll take you higher. I'll be your drug, your love. No man will have you in the zone.
Last thing I'll say. I was gonna write it, but I'm gonna say it. For the record, the haters love me more than they love themselves. The haters love me more than they love themselves. Some of these people love me more than they love themselves. So thank you, everyone that loves yourself more than anything ever. Thank you all. It's again, I don't love, again, love myself. I love myself. No one's love comes before self-love. But I just found out, I've been found out. These trolls worship me and they love me more than they love themselves. Or it's just one guy. Doesn't matter. Um, I don't know whether to be flattered or to feel sorry for someone like that. Spend their lives, a lot of their time in their life worshiping me. Even if you was police and they put you on a case and they told you to sit and watch me because you police, that's a fucked up life. That's a real fucked up life. You spend your life focused on everybody else, and you don't even give your own self or your own family that much attention. There's no police officer in any agency that's rich enough to not even work for any agency. None of them. None of them. So if it's the haters do it for free, and they're not police. So again, I don't know whether to be flattered that there are actually men out here that love me more than they love themselves. People, there's people out here that love me more than they love themselves. But again, it doesn't, it doesn't go back in return. Like I would, never love a person and spend my hours and my time worshiping a person more than I worship myself. Never, no matter who. Um, Mom and dad are like, I treat my mom and dad and the people that I love like God. Um, I treat myself like the Most High. So, thank you. And the black man is God. And if you didn't know that, ask my trolls. Shout out to the black men that know that they're kings. You know who you are. Thank you. Thank you.
What a wonderful world it would be with no such things as tears or misery.
We outside. We outside. We outside. We outside. Outside.
Uniquely taught, as opposed to made some shit up out of our head. You know, so God in the scriptures didn't say, let us make Negroes. Let us make niggas. Let us make coons and shines and ham bones. God said, let us make man. Make him how, God? Make him in our likeness and in our image. In other words, make him
God.
Who are you, black man?
God.
God. God, small g. The book says, ye are all God's children of the Most High God. To my Muslim brothers who may take issue with that, we say in the Quran that Allah made Adam, right? The first human being. And all of us are descendants of Adam. Allah says in the Quran that he made Adam from black mud and he fashioned him into shape. Come on now, let's agree. If God made the first man out of black mud and fashioned him into shape, then the first man had to be a black man. Let's look at who you are. Oh, Farrakhan, are you putting down other people? Of course not. I'm only showing them who their father is.
Wait. Wow. Somebody put this song. Yo, somebody put this song at the end of that. Wow. That was clever. Somebody put this song. Oh, wait. Oh, that was clever. Somebody put this song at the end of that. I'm like, wait, what is this? What is this?
What we're teaching here is not something we made up. It's more like something true that we have discovered and have uniquely taught, as opposed to made some shit up out of our head. You know, so the glaring thing is that we didn't make up the black man's God. That's always been true. It's not something that we found. Maybe we could say discovered it or we affirmed it. But our unique reality is that we teach it in a unique way and to unique people, right? Because since the white man's been here, at least we could say we're distinct. Pretty much. I'd love for you guys to find the difference otherwise in your research. But no one really has found this knowledge of self, saying man is God, I'll leave it there generically, and taught youth that. And then said maybe adults later. It's always been the opposite way, where they always, one had to go up the ranks and be an aged man and be respectful enough and mature enough to get this knowledge. It's the opposite. Like, we find the maturity within the youth. And that maturity in the youth is that they're willing to accept things not to be true. So it's almost their disrespect, right? Because the glorious thing about the youth is their disrespect of what isn't proven to them, right? They're always told what to do, but they don't respect it if it's not really proven. And so they might get into trouble because some of it is, some of it isn't, right? That's the youth. But with the youth, if you do prove something to them, they'll hold to it. And they'll hold to it better than any old person that doesn't know anything or didn't know this truth. Because they're not tied down by life, they're not tied down by job responsibilities, and the consistency of completing those responsibilities, right? Because sometimes admitting that the black man is God, changing your religion or getting rid of religion, really, that could change a man's social standing, It might not even work in the same place. Like, think about it, And that's why we have kind of levels to getting this knowledge over the years in history. So when we had Elijah, he was giving you an institution like, yo, let's replace that institution with this institution. But the Father didn't see fit to that. He was like, yo, it's free. Time is free enough. We don't have to do that. We don't have to worry about, adhering to a populace or a community like that. In fact, sadly, the reason the Father could so easily teach is because the communities were already unraveled. There is no community strength anyway, so it's not like people are tied together by Christian ties and they're getting jobs and good morals into their children and things like that. None of that is generally true. Especially not in New York, 1960s. So that's all been tossed away, right?
How hard is it to get an honest, vulnerable conversation going in the Black community about mental health and mental illness?
If it's a private conversation, it's not hard at all. Brothers and sisters are always, spilling their hearts out to each other. Publicly, it might be a little bit tougher, just simply because when we wake up in the morning, we got to worry about just surviving, as human beings in this country. We had a term called hardcore, where, you had to walk around, keep your chest out, keep your chin up. You couldn't portray any type of vulnerabilities, any type of weakness, because if you did, you might be fooled out here.
How
Do you want to know the truth about the white man? Man is the original man. He's the absolute from which all others come. He's the first and he is the last. He is the maker and the owner of the universe. And from him all others come. Brown, yellow, red, and white.
Talk to us, brother.
Brothers, listen to me. White is but the absence of color. Hence, the white man is incomplete and imperfect. A true knowledge of black and white should be enough to awaken you to the truth. To the truth about the white devil, who after 100 years of so-called freedom is still persecuting, beating, jailing, and killing our brothers. God gave the white man the right to rule for 6,000 years. And that rule is terminating. We should rejoice. Rejoice together, for the time we are living in is a time for reclaiming our own. Together, we have suffered at the hands of the white devil. Together, we have known the slavery, not only of the body, but of our very souls. They have taken from us our dignity as men and women. They have given us their God, but they haven't given us their hands. Friends, do you hear me? Then join with me in reclaiming what is rightfully ours. Let the devil, the white man devil, hear you. Together, we will stamp out our chances.
Hey, Rod, come here. Wait up. Hold up, man. Got something to tell you. It is Priest. Hey, Priest, man. All right, baby, you married, huh? How you feel? Come on, baby. Okay, man. What you doing out here? I ain't doing...
Because I came up, I'm 36, you know what I'm saying? I came up in the era of, motherfuckers walking around with the African medallions on, I came up with my father playing James Brown, Say a Lot, I'm Black and I'm Proud. I was listening to motherfucking Public Enemy. And when Chuck D was telling me Farrakhan's a prophet, I think you ought to listen to him. Like, I grew up on Black empowerment. I feel like we don't have enough black empowerment no more. I feel like I'm watching all of these kids, man. A kid told me the other day, this is a true story. A kid said to me, because I was saying that the toughest conversations I have right now about race are with my daughter. Because I don't want to plant seeds in her head and have her thinking about things that may or may not be there. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to bog her 8-year-old mind down with thoughts of racism and thoughts of sexism. I just want her to be a kid, right? So this dude goes, yo, why don't you just keep it real with her and tell her that her skin is a disadvantage and things are gonna be harder for her because she's black. Nigga, fuck you. What the fuck you mean my skin is a disadvantage? Don't insult what God gave me. And that's how I truly feel. How can we look at a white person and be like, yo, that white person got privilege because of the color of his skin? Nigga, represent your set. Respect what God gave you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm black. It's a privilege for me to be black. Like, God designed me this way. He created me this way. It's power in what I am. And guess what? I don't know anything else. So how could I look at somebody else and say, yo, they got an advantage of me because of the color of their skin? Why would I do that to myself?
Dude, but I remember when we had the episode, which was fucking crazy. All we got is all of us, me, you, Combat, and you were speaking about stuff like that, and people were giving you slack on the sense of like saying that he doesn't like. You know, whenever you speak like that, people may try to question you and say like you don't understand that there's a disadvantage. And you said, and you would always explain how you try to empower it instead of, and I understand that.
I grew up on 5% teachers, Pete.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I was taught that the black man is God.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. A black man in America has to believe that they're God, that there's something divine, just to wake up every day and strive to be successful. All the white person got to do is just wake up.
Right.
Yeah. And you know what I mean? And we give them that. I'm not giving them that kind of, I'm not giving nobody that kind of energy over me. None. I call myself the God for a reason. I'm a black man. And not even just a black man, I'm God's creation. God put me here to be something great. You know what I mean? So how could I ever look at somebody else and be like, they're greater than me just because of the color of their skin? Nah, you gotta show me more than that. You gotta outwork me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be more intelligent than me. I gotta see you putting yourself in better positions than me. Like, you gotta do a lot more than just wake up white.
Right.
You know what I mean? For me to say, oh, he's better than me. I don't give it up for nobody just because of they're white. I give it up people because they're talented. Like, I love...
That's what I'm saying. Outsing me. Get your page. Get your page. Or your Gmail accounts. Outsing me. A bigger platform. Tell all your followers to come to my platform and kick my ass. Is anybody coming? Anybody out singing? It's like, who's out? Pull up. Tell your trolls that they can come and see my trolls and they can be a troll off. I haven't met one. Not one. Not one.
Back you, baby.
Now, all them names you named, Lady Gaga's and T-Pain, you think you get your proper acknowledgement and respect for all you've done musically?
I don't think nobody will ever get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even
They look at Dr. Dre like a god. I mean, he couldn't work.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure Dr. Dre will be sitting there saying, man, them niggas don't give me my flowers for what I did.
Really?
Yeah, of course. That's why his album still ain't came out yet.
They gave him
Think about it.
They gave him that beats check, though.
Oh, but guess what? Guess who did acknowledge that shit? Jimmy Iovine.
He a real one.
Jimmy acknowledged the fact, like, nigga, I appreciate you. I'm throwing you a bone, and nigga, for everything that you've done, this will hopefully pay for that. The culture that you helped build and everything that you helped to, like your collaboration in the music business, even though at that time, probably the most controversial shit, it did shape our culture to an extent, and I appreciate that.
And that was ultimately Will I Am's idea. With the whole, let's do something with electronics and beats and all that stuff. He went to Jimmy with that idea.
Yeah, that's my dog. He's a super nerd. In a good way, though.
Yeah.
What's your talent behind your talent? Meaning that we know you could sing, produce, and all that, but what do you think besides your talent that got you this far?
Honestly, I don't even know, bro.
Hustle ability.
The hustle, I think is natural. It probably is things, but I would probably say it's my heart too. Because some people think that I'm too nice. Some people think that I let too many people in. Some people think that I just give too many people opportunities that don't deserve it.
He's African. You see what they do with the mixtapes? Come on, man. They was all over the sidewalk, baby. You know how many Mustafas I met in there? They say like, yo, man, which Mustafa? They all drop the mixtape.
That's funny. That's funny.
Which one?
What was that BMF era like? Because you was in Atlanta for a while. You did the collaboration with Young Jeezy. That right there is just legendary.
Yeah.
Like what was that whole element like?
That whole element was a special time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to even talk about the fair without saying something crazy. Like, I'm scared to talk about those moments.
Because
for obvious reasons.
I got you. That makes sense.
You understand?
Because everybody else been getting jammed up for their stories.
1,000%. Like,
and there's
everyone had a contribution to a certain level of it, but I think when it comes to the idea of what BMF was as an entertainment company, and the vision that Meech had to clean up, what he was trying to do, and his idea of what he thought Jeezy would be for that, was a little bit different from the time me and Jeezy actually locked in. You understand what I'm saying? Because I had got the call from Meech about Jeezy, and then Blue brought him to the studio. Blue at the time was handling all of the BMF entertainment, right? So when Blue Da Vinci called, he was like, yo, leave it over, what studio was that? I want to say it was, damn, which one was that again?
The Patchwork.
It wasn't it was Patchwork. It was Patchwork. Hell yeah, it was Patchwork. So we got the Patchwork, and Blue played me this nigga fucking mixtape, and I was like, this the nigga hard. Then not shortly after, Jeezy came walking in, I'm connected, and we just locked in immediately. Like, we just linked instantly. And at the time, I was moving real heavy with DJ Nando. So DJ Nando at the time was one of the most popular strip club DJs at that time. And he just made it a part of his set like it was a fucking, every single day he played the whole mixtape, literally every day. The whole from top song number 1, always song 11 or 12, however many songs in there. And he made the mixtape a fucking city anthem.
I didn't know that.
No, literally. Like, the mixtape was playing on fucking repeat in the club. You couldn't go on a major Friday or Saturday, and that shit wasn't jumping, and everybody knew the lyrics, like, from top to bottom. And as you know, when the song was played, BMF would be in that motherfucker just throwing down there.
Going nuts.
All these bills, goddamn.
So with the whole shit with Meech, man, like, he sat up, did his time, came home, and feel like everybody done turned on him, man.
Right.
How you feel about that, man?
Oh, me and Meech had some talks about that. He don't
recently.
Yeah. Like he does feel slighted because he felt that him and 50 should have sat down and had a real conversation as men, because he been in there for 20 years. He don't know the feud that's going on with 50 and whoever else. All he knows is that when he got out, Ross came through, showed some love. While he was locked up, Ross made a big ass song that was, they think I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover. In his mind, Ross is just paying homage. He not understanding the politics of what's happening in the music business. He felt was that, you could say, serious, that it had to warrant what Fifth did. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't think it's only one person. I seen like multiple people taking shots. It ain't even been just.
Yeah, but it would hurt him the most really because he really got love for 50. And he appreciated everything that 50 did for his son. So he just felt like that situation could have been handled better between them two, right? Everybody else, he ain't really tripped much because he always felt like, when you're the man at the top, it's going to be some jealous. It's going to be some people that feel like, they got something to say. And his whole thing was, they also could have had a real conversation with him instead of putting it out on the internet to make it seem like he ain't what it say it was. Because, to be honest, bro, ain't no snitch doing 20 years. You're just not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't a snitch before all this. So all of a sudden he's a snitch now? Like, some things you just gotta be real. If you're in the streets for real, you understand how this game is all of this game is played. But I honestly believe that both of them niggas are good niggas. Like, Fifth is a good nigga. Meech is a good nigga. If I could have it my way, I would have them niggas have a seat, man. Sit down and talk about it and finish it up.
That's
You know what I'm
a
saying?
great perspective.
Yeah, because they
candid.
both good niggas, not only that, but they both mean so much to the community. They both mean so much to the culture. Like, that's the beef I would never want to happen. Like, I don't even like the idea of hearing that, because I know both of them personally. I believe that it's, there's something there that can be fixed, bro. Like, honestly.
Now, what made you slow down on making the music, though?
The music, Africa would slow me down.
Building a city.
Yeah, I was building a city. A lot of time in Africa doing a lot of philanthropic work, but more from an investment for-profit type of situations. But it was like I was, again, chasing my calling. Like, I always believe, like, my calling now, knowing what I know today, is to develop Africa.
Deep level.
All right, pull my coat on this now. What happens if you give all that up? I mean, the pork, and you get sick, and then you get a medical or something? Like when I was on the outside, I ran this hustle. I tried to act like...
I'm telling you God's words, not no hustle. I'm gonna tell you, God is black.
God is black. Everybody knows God is white. Everything the white man taught you, you accepted. He taught you you were a black heathen, and you believed him. He taught you to worship a blonde, blue-eyed Jesus with white skin, and you believed him. He taught you that black was a curse, and you believed that. Did you ever look up the word black in a dictionary? For what? Did you ever study anything that wasn't part of some con? What the hell for, man?
Come with me.
Black, destitute of light, devoid of color, enveloped in darkness, hence utterly dismal or gloomy, as the future looked black. Pretty good with them words, ain't you? Soiled with dirt, foul, sullen, hostile, forbidding, as a black day. Foully or outrageously wicked, as black cruelty, indicating disgrace, dishonor, or culpability. And there's others. Black male, black bald, black guard. Yeah, well, that's something, all right. Let's look up white. Here. Read. White. Of the color of pure snow, reflecting all the rays of the spectrum. The opposite of black. Free from spot or blemish. Innocent. Pure. Huh. Ain't this something? Without evil intent. Harmless. Honest. Square dealing and honorable. Wait a minute, but this was written by white folks, though, right? I mean, this white folks book. This sure ain't no black man's book. So what we reading this one for? Because the truth is lying there. If you read behind the words, you got to take everything the white man says and use it against him. Yeah? All right, I mean, there's a whole lot of words in here. Here, let's start at the beginning. We'll look them up, write them down, find out what they mean. Here, page 1. The first word, aardvark. Aardvark, earth pig, African ant-eating mammal, abacus, Chinese calculating instrument. Abaddon, the place of the lost in Sheol, the bottomless pit. If you take one step toward Allah, he will take 2 steps toward you.
What is God then? Who and what is God? The original black man. Regardless to whom or what. If he knew the lesson or not, the black man is God. He might not be acting like one, he might not be behaving like one, but the black man is God. 100% God. What stops a black man from being God? Himself. Denial of himself. Once that man said he ain't that to himself, then he's not that. You don't have that right to tell that man that. Because he missed a lesson, he ain't God. You don't have that right to tell that man he ain't no God. Some of us learn faster than others. Some of us quote quicker than others. Some of us speak louder than others. Some of us know more than others. That have nothing to do with the black man being God. I see a God trying, giving his best to something. Maybe he can't read. Everybody don't have education. Everybody didn't go to school. I know a lot of the firstborns couldn't read or write, but they were the gods. Especially Black Messiah. He wasn't educated, but he knew that mathematics, and no man on this planet could fuck with him with them lessons. He wasn't even a high school student, but you couldn't fuck with him. You couldn't fuck with him. When he dropped it, nobody else could drop it. That's why he was the first. He did things out the ordinary. He was extraordinary.
If Mega did this.
Gratitude tippers. Gratitude. As I prophesied, never at zero. Never at zero. Never. The worship is real. Gratitude, all of my supporters. Gratitude to the black man. Gratitude for my golden skin. Gratitude